Hi everyone, welcome to practice. Find your way into a comfortable seated position, either sitting on your shins or cross-legged or sitting up onto a block, and allow your palms to rest either face up or face down in your lap. And begin really simply by allowing your attention to drift towards your breath. And because your breath folds inside your body with every single cycle, your attention as it lands on your breath will naturally be pulled inwards. And rather than just superficially following the breath, see if you can zoom in and follow the entire channel that is mapped out with each breath. Every single breath will travel down a unique portal like an energetic waterway. So as you inhale, follow the full wave or the full stretch of the breath to illuminate one channel at a time. And then breath by breath and channel by channel, we begin to tend to more of our experience, noticing any tendency to control the outcome, and instead allowing it to be like a watering process. Like if we were to water a plant, it would still have its own organic growth, its own organic pathway to becoming. And in this way, as we water our experience with our attention, the depth of what we experience actually grows rather than the outcome. Taking one final breath here, staying really close to what you feel, then sliding your way forward into child's pose, setting your palms into prayer, and allowing the center of your eyebrow, third eye center, to set onto the backs of your thumbs. Bring your arms forwards, press into the earth, and lift your ears in line with your upper arm bones. Press down through the tops of your feet, the tops of your shins, and round your way forward onto hands and knees, beginning to move through cat and cows and watering your breath through every degree of your experience. And as you move with this depth of connection to what you feel, you expose any subconscious assumption that the movements, just because you've done them 100 or 100,000 times before, are in some way known. When you move really slowly, the depth of what you experience actually grows. And maybe you start to feel into all of not only the physical sensations, but the energetic and the invisible layers of what you feel. When you're ready, tuck your toes, glide your hips up and back into downward facing dog, letting your ears align with your upper arm bones. And take a moment to drop into your foundation, like you're opening the sense gates to feel more into earth, so that you can receive the reciprocal uplift and catch this sense of buoyancy that illuminates from the earth up through your arm bones, up through your leg bones. Rise up high onto the tips of your toes, pull breath up your legs, and round your way forwards into a high plank position, letting your heels move back in space. Lengthen from the inner body forward so that as you lower down to the earth, your elbows stay tracking right over the heels of your hands. Untuck your toes, press into the tops of your feet, and then hover your hands off the earth. See if you can keep anchoring your foundation, reaching back of heart forwards. Plant your hands back into the earth, let your butt drag you back through active child's pose so the sitting bones stay hovering, the heart and the vision stay forwards. Round forward onto hands and knees. Unfurl into cow pose, letting your belly drop and your heart extend forward through your eyelashes. Glide back through downward facing dog. Rise up high onto your toes. Suction the breath up the legs, come into your high plank position. And lower in one straight plane, allowing your belly and your thighs to connect at the same time. Press into the tops of your feet. Hover your palms off the earth and then extend this time your hands back in space to Shalabhasana. Anchor more through your foundation, keeping tailbone long. Let the back of heart stretch forwards. Hands come back, replant. Come into a high cobra here, but use more your back muscles than your arms. And then tuck your toes. Let your inner thighs glide you back into active child's pose. Grip the earth with your fingertips, then round forwards onto your hands and your knees. Unfurl into cat pose like you're blooming one petal along the vine of the spine at a time, and slide back into downward facing dog. Catch your next breath in your legs and let it stretch you forwards into your high plank position, reaching through your soft palate. Ride your exhale breath all the way down onto the earth, untucking toes. Hovering your hands, use your back muscles to climb up. Reach your fingertips forwards, aligning your upper arm bones with your ears. Reconnect the hands underneath your elbows, rise into high cobra. Back body squeezes and inches front body forwards. Slide back through active child's pose. Claw the earth, round your way onto hands and knees. Summon your whole attention into this cow pose and then slide back into downward facing dog. Final time, ride the whole wave of your breath forwards into your high plank position and then lower yourself down onto the earth. Connect. Untuck your toes, press into the tops of your feet, hover your hands, and keep squeezing and inching back of heart forwards. Extend your fingertips all the way until your arms align with your ears, and float your feet off the earth this time. Keep the feet lifted. Replant the hands under your elbows. Let them collide with the earth and then climb up into a back bend that feels good. Take a moment to sweeten elbows, puff, puff, puff back of heart forwards. The knees tag. The butt widens to drag you back all the way through active child's. Feel that magnetism between sitting bones and heels. Round forward hands and knees. Cow pose as you flood your front body with breath and exhale back into downward facing dog. Plunge yourself fully into this moment and widen your space holding capacity so the depth of what you experience grows. Rise up onto your toes, begin to tiptoe your feet to the top of the mat, bringing them to hips distance apart, lengthening forward for a halfway lift and folding yourself back inside yourself. Take palms to the back of your skull and press gently skull to palms, or rest your hands onto the earth and let your brain nest into the top of your skull. Keep the weight of your brain anchored towards gravity, even as you rebuild your spine all the way back towards the vertical. Let your arms rise up towards the sky, palms connect in prayer, and then trace along the divine descent, passing through crown, kissing third eye, and letting the hands land back in the heart center. Release your fingertips back down towards gravity. Wait for the new breath to be delivered. Arms gather, palms connect. Turn palms out and fold your way all the way over your front thighs, releasing the back of your neck fully. Halfway lift. Fingertips come forwards, blocks if you have them underneath the hands. Press into your right foot, lift and hover your left foot, spread your left toes. Extend the left leg back in space, cast the back of your heart forwards, and slowly drop your toes to the back of your mat if you have one. Frame off your front foot with your blocks or fingertips, and then slide your back heel in and down, preparing for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Keep your depth and rise up slowly. Press into your back foot, start to straighten out your front leg so you can distribute the weight through the knife edge of your back foot and then find your depth once again. Release your palms down alongside you, interlacing them behind your back and lifting onto the ball of your back foot. Keep your back knee sweet. Pull your inner palms together. Drink a breath into the back of your heart, and then let the back of your heart prop the front body up. Start to lower your back knee down towards the earth. Keep the magnetism between your inner thighs and nest softly. Release the fingertips back up, up, up. And as you exhale, cactus the arms and sink in. Inhale, pull the two inner thighs towards one another. This time, extend the fingertips way back like you're circumambulating the whole heart field. Let the hands collide with the earth, hips lift, heart folds. Halfway lift, hands on blocks or fingertips. Press down, round your back, pick up your foot, and extend your right toes all the way to the sky. Bend your knee, open up the hip, rise high onto the ball of your back foot. You can stay right here, or slide your left heel over to the left. Come onto your right fingertips, and drip your right toes behind you, nice and close to your extended legs. Stretch your right fingertips straight forward. Go for the side waist opening. So as you cinch and squeeze, contracting your left side body, see if that gives you more space to bloom across the right. Bring your right hand down onto the earth. Right knee slides to the right armpit. Right knee all the way across the left armpit. Drop your left heel down onto the earth and pull your right knee right up into your chest. Extend your top fingertips forwards. Cinch the underside of your waist to puff, 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 top side higher. Left hand comes back to the earth. Pull the right knee forward to the nose and then step it back to high plank. The exhale lowers you through chaturanga. Let the inhale lift you into your back bend. And then drop your knees and widen your way back towards active child's, letting your palms come to prayer, third eye connecting to the back of the thumbs. From here, slide your fingertips all the way forwards, finding Anahatasana, so the hips will stay stacked over the knees. Keep an activation in Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, the pelvic floor, the solar plexus, so that everything under those points stays anchored and the heart above that can open. And then round forward, setting up for dolphin. The eye of the elbows underneath the center of the shoulders, palms to sky. Pull the skin out from under the bone and set the palms down to the earth. Tuck your toes, round your back and lift your hips up towards the sky as you walk your feet in. Press into your foundation, keep drawing your front ribs in. Keep your right foot anchored and lengthen your left leg to the sky. Micro bend your right knee and see if that gives you space to lift the left toes higher and then set the left foot back down. Walk it back out all the way into a forearm plank. Stay with it. Keep lifting front body to merge with the back body and then send your heels over to the left. Press down through your left forearm, slide your right hand back to align the right palm like chaturanga with your left elbow. Let your heels lift back up so your chest faces down towards the center. The right forearm will drop into a forearm plank. And walk your feet back up into dolphin. Don't give up. Eyes look forward, press into your palms, lift the forearms at exactly the same time. Come onto your fingertips and walk your hands all the way back. We'll find the release at the back of the mat, gripping the big toe mounds with your fingertips. Take a halfway lift and lengthen the shoulder heads away from the ears. And as you exhale, fold in, letting the elbows go wide. So you keep that traction like a good deep massage all the way along your spine. Release your fingertips and slide your palms back forwards into a short downward facing dog. We'll come into tuck hops. Legs come together, eyes look forwards, knees to chest, heels to butt, going for little hops, maybe catching a little bit of air time. And if you find the tuck shape, you'll notice the butt comes a little forward of the vertical axis to counterbalance the weight of the legs. Slowly lower the feet or land the feet at the top of your mat. Inhale into a halfway lift, letting bottom tips of shoulder blades propel the back of your heart forwards and folding in. Inhale, rise up to stand. Palms connect. And hands return all the way to third eye center just for a moment. Release the fingertips down. Inhale, let the arms rise up and the palms connect. As you exhale, fold your way all the way forward, allowing the backs of your eyes to map down your body as you fold. Halfway lift, hands on blocks or fingertips underneath the shoulders. Hover your right foot. Let the right toes pierce back of heart forwards, and set the toes all the way to the back of your mat. Heel slides in and down, setting up for Virabhadrasana 1. Let the back of your heart lengthen forward. The neck is like this natural extension of your spine. Keep your depth as you rise. Press into your front foot, activating your left quadricep, but bringing the weight into the knife edge of your back foot so you distribute the weight evenly through your feet as you refine your depth. Release your fingertips and interlace the palms behind your back, keeping a sweetness in your elbows so the inner palms can draw towards one another. Take a breath into the back of the heart, backing off back knee, and then propel the breath from back to front, up, up, up to the sky. Level off your vision and then drop your back knee down towards the earth. Let it nest. Fingertips free. And exhale to cactus the arms like a gentle yawn. Inhale, arms rise back to the sky. This time extend into your full range as you trace around the heart lines, letting your palms come into the earth and folding over your front thigh. Take a halfway lift. Press into your palms or your fingertips. Round your whole back body by suctioning the front belly, the front heart, front throat. Free your left leg to the sky. Lift high onto the tip of your right toes. Bend your left knee, open up the hip. You can stay or slide the right heel over to the right and drip your left toes quite close behind your straight right leg. Find the softness so you can embed your right big toe into the earth and then cinch underneath you to climb up and floss space into every single rib on the top side. Left hand reconnects. Pull the left knee all the way up into the left armpit. Slice it over to the right armpit. Drop the right heel down and pull your left knee into your chest. Extend your right fingertips all the way forwards. As you cinch in through your left side waist, let the contraction create more expansion on the right side. Right hand comes down, knee pulls forward to the nose, and then step it back into a high plank. Use your exhale to lower just halfway to chaturanga. And then the inhale will climb up, lift out of your wrist creases, lift into the space above your crown. Let your knees drop. Slide through active child's pose, palms in prayer. Third eye center to the thumbs. Look forward, spread your palms across the mat, finding Anahatasana. And again, activating the bandhas. So lifting your pelvic floor, your belly, your solar plexus, so that everything underneath the bandhas anchors you, and then the heart feels supported and safe to widen. Round forward, setting up for dolphin. This time set the left eye of elbow underneath the shoulder first, then the right. Round off your back body, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and walk your feet in. Keep your left leg anchored, reach your right leg up. Lift high onto the ball of your left foot. Micro-bend your left knee and then pump underneath your right thigh to stretch up against your threshold. Lower your right leg back down and walk it back out into a forearm plank. This time sliding your heels over to the right hand side. You'll slide the left palm back like a chaturanga arm and the palm aligns with the right elbow. Squeeze the underside of your body and lengthen the base of your sternum forwards. Heels rise, chest faces back towards the earth. Slide the left forearm back down. Find forearm plank and then walk the feet in towards dolphin pose. The drishti looks forward, press into the palms, lift the forearms at exactly the same time. Come onto your fingertips and walk your hands towards your feet. Grip the peace fingers around your big toe mounds. Take a halfway lift, elbows go wide and fold in. Drink a breath up your legs and feel it sharpen the inseams of your thighs, hugging the outer hips in towards the center line. As you exhale, part the lips and let the breath spill out. Release your fingertips and start to roll your way all the way towards a standing position. Arms go wide, palms press. And then keep your right fingertips lifted. Release just your left wing alongside you, bending both elbows and finding Gomukhasana, either gripping the fingertips if you have the space, or you can use a strap or a belt, or just letting the arms land wherever they do. Level your chin off with the earth and feel your front ribs pull away from the skin and towards your spine. Hug the elbows towards the center. Release the fingertips and feel the blood flow, exude back out towards the fingertips, the undamming. Release the hands down and fold forwards. Walk your hands forwards into a short downward facing dog, and then lower your left forearm, letting the left elbow come right underneath the center of the shoulder. Slide the right hand back, that chaturanga setup, so the right hand in line with the left elbow. The right leg will lift to the sky. Bend the right knee, open the hip, and then come high onto the tip of your left toes. Stay here, press into your foundation, plump up underneath your right thigh. Option to come into the full iteration of the arm balance, extending right leg up, maybe floating left toes. And then backing out slowly, lowering your right forearm back down. Eyes look forward, press into your palms, lift the forearms up, walk your palms back out. Coil your right knee into your belly and then heel toe the foot to the top of the mat. Set the back heel in and down to a Virabhadrasana 2 stance and rise all the way up. Press into your front foot, reverse, and set your right hand to the back of your skull. You'll sneak your left hand behind you into a half bind. The hips will move back. Lengthen your right fingertips forwards, and when you have length through the spine, just spiral the fingertips down onto a block or to the earth. Start to use the half bind to revolve your belly button. Your right eye will spiral to the sky. Take a breath in, grow longer from the base of your sternum, up, up, up. And then unravel your left fingertips. Extend them forward, spiraling pinky finger down to the earth and setting your left hand down. Come high onto the ball of your back foot. Easy twist here, right fingertips lift up. Spread the space between your shoulder blades and keep illuminating your back thigh. Reach right hand forward and then swim around to your left, setting up for wide-legged forward fold, Pasarita Padottanasana. Bring your hands to your hips and climb up. Set your arms wide, and we'll find Gomukhasana with the arms again. So again, the right arm reaches, clasp, take a strap or let them land where they do. A little bit of a deeper variation here. Fold in slow, letting inner thighs cast back and keeping the elbows hugging in towards the midline. Keep your skull connected to your right upper arm bone. Breath by breath by breath, relating to it as an unending process. Back out slow, come just to the halfway point and then let the fingertips extend back across space and swim back towards the top of your mat, framing off your front foot, lifting high onto the ball of your back foot. Press into the earth, round your back, pick up your foot and slide your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee, open your hip and stack the right hip on top of the left. Lift high onto the tip of your left toes. You can stay or slide right toes down, finding Parsva Vashisthasana. Rather than the whole right foot, balance just on the right big toe and let the back of the heart exude forward through the front of the body towards the top of your mat. Set the right hand back down, touch the right knee to the right armpit, slice it over to the left, slide your left heel down and reach your left fingertips forwards. This time, extend the right leg all the way across space. Cinch your right side waist, puff the left side to the sky. Let the left hand come down, create space underneath you, and find pigeon pose. Bring your fingertips back towards your body, magnetize your inner thighs, and then lengthen your spine up and out of the crest of your pelvis. Without sinking into your foundation, you could reach the arms up above you. If it feels good, either stay or walk forwards into the counter pose, moving towards your depth. Notice as you fold in that we can either grow our connection to the external world, the experiences around us, or we can choose to grow and illuminate what is happening inside. Back out slow, bring your palms back onto the earth, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and step back into downward facing dog. On your inhale breath, glide forwards into plank pose, lower through chaturanga. Unfurl into your back bend. Glide back through active child's pose, palms slide to connect to third eye center. This time rolling up onto your shins for camel, toes tucked or untucked, fingertips to the back of your body, either face up or face down. Lift your pelvic floor, cinch in your side waist, and then start to climb up, up and over. If it feels okay for your neck, you can drop the head back, let the hips move forwards. Engage your solar plexus and start to unravel back up. Let the hips glide back on top of the heels. Take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Feel the heart palpate under your top hand, the echo of your effort. The bottom hand will spread and widen as the tissues of your abdomen are flooded with breath. Bring your hands back forwards onto the earth, tuck your toes, lift your hips back into downward facing. Take a deep breath in, open your mouth and exhale, empty out. Come onto your fingertips, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, and then rise back up to stand, gathering the arms above you. Let your left arm stay lifted, drop your right arm down alongside you, and take your variation of Gomukhasana here, so clasping the fingertips or taking a strap or just letting the fingertips land where they do. Level your chin off with the earth so the chin is flush with the earth and the front ribs soften in towards the spine. Keep hugging the elbows in towards the midline. Take a deep breath. Stay for the breath out. Unravel super slow motion so you get to enjoy the afterglow as the blood floats back towards the extremities and then fold forwards. Halfway lift, walk it out into a short downward facing dog. This time drop your right forearm down so the right elbow lands right underneath the shoulder and set your left hand next to your right elbow. Walk your feet in. This time keep your right leg anchored, extend your left leg up. Bend the knee, open up the hip, lift high onto the tip of your right toes and enjoy. Otherwise, come into the full balance of funky peacock. Think about floating your right toes just a millimeter off the earth. Maybe the feet connect. Hold wherever you are, or lower the right leg back down. Keep the left leg lifted. Slide left forearm back onto the earth. Press into the palms, lift the forearms, extend the arms back across space to find one-legged downward facing dog. Come high onto the tip of your right toes. Coil your left knee in and set the foot to the top of the mat. We'll meet in Virabhadrasana 2. The right hand extends forward to gather space and arrive. Flip your front fingertips towards the sky and catch the back of your skull just for a moment. Extend the hips back and sneak your right hand behind you for a half bind, left fingertip stretch forwards. When you have length through the spine, the arm simply spirals down onto a block or onto your fingertips. And then think about lifting your pubic bone up towards your sternum forward through your eyelashes and the crown of your head. Revolve navel to the sky. Left eye spirals up. Free the right fingertips and then extend them all the way forward, spiraling pinky finger down, and release the hand back onto the earth. Easy twist. The left arm unfurls. Keep that buoyancy underneath your body. Extend the left hand forwards. Swim all the way over to the right hand side of your mat. Prasarita Padottanasana. The heels a little wider. Bring your hands onto your hips, press into your foundation, and with a long straight spine, rise up. Take your arms out. We'll go for the Gomukhasana setup once again, letting your left fingertips lift alongside your left ear and the right hand come down alongside you, bending both elbows and finding your shape. Take a breath to level the chin off with the earth. And then it's an experiment, just doorway by doorway, channel by channel, seeing what part of your experience you can water with your attention, whether that is a gripping part or a holding or a contraction, or even some of the more silent or disconnected parts, or any taste or flavor within the entire buffet of your human experience. back out slow and come just to the halfway point. Let your fingertips sprawl back out across the atmosphere. Feel that sensation of everything bursting from the center into the periphery. Glide back to the top of your mat, frame off your front foot. Lift high onto the ball of your back foot, press into fingertips or blocks, round your back. Pick up your foot and slide the left leg to the sky. Bending the knee, opening the hip. Come high onto the tip of your right toes. You can stay or Parsvavashisthasana, land on just your big toe mound. Collect a breath in and follow the whole span of the breath out to unravel. Back of heart slingshots towards the top of your mat. Left hand reconnects. Left knee up into the armpit. Slice it over to the right armpit, back heel down. Extend right fingertips straight forwards. This time, you can extend your left leg, cinch underneath you. Puff, 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 top side. Press the right hand down. Create a space underneath you and then see where you want your shin to land for Ekapada Raj Kapotasana. The hands come back towards your body. Plug your four fingertips towards your thumbs. Suction through your hands into the back of your heart. Climb up. Maybe the palms connect, or you explore a back bend variation that feels good in this moment. Stay or slide down progressively towards your counter pose. Feel like your breath, which carries your attention, can palpate through the pathways and the corridors to map the internal physiology, like this road trip through your whole inner world. One more deep breath in. Start to climb back out, reaffirm. Palms back, tuck back toe, lift back knee, and set your left foot back onto the earth. Inhale, round forwards, high plank, lower through Chaturanga Dandasana. Unfurl your back bend cobra or upward facing dog. Let the knees drop, let the butt drag you back. Active child's pose with the third eye connected to the thumbs. Rise up onto your shins, Ustrasana camel pose, round 2, letting your knees come a little wider than your hips. Bring your hands to your lower back. Hug your elbows towards the midline, lift your pelvic floor, cinch your side waist, and let your side body grow up, up, and over. Maybe this time the hands reach back for the heels, but if they do so, even more so, think back body, propping the front body straight up, up, up towards the sky. Activate your solar plexus, bring your hands back to your low back and climb up. Feeling every degree of the unraveling of your spine. Don't give in to the nervous system, stay up. And then slowly glide your hips back to sit on top of your heels, bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel the heart massage all of that oxygen-rich blood back through your organs, animating and illuminating every part of your internal experience. Rise back up, final camel pose here. Bring the hands back onto the lower back. Widen the butt back a little so the inner thighs can move back. Balance this by dropping the tailbone down. Anchor into your foundation, and from that anchoring, prop the heart straight up towards the sky. And see if you can water this moment, and this moment, and this moment, until the depth of what you experience grows. So rather than needing to find any depth in the physical shape, it's a depth of your connection to the moment. Back out slow, take a breath on the vertical axis, and then slowly glide your hips back in space. connecting to your heart center and to your belly. Slow, deep breaths now. From here, simply sprinkle your fingertips onto the earth and come onto your butt, finding Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, the knees wide. The heels can be close or further away. And then inhale, lengthen up and start to curl and round forward. So more of that passive lunar variation. The palms can face up towards the sky like two open vessels, these two sense gates to feel into the fullness of your experience. And just as over time, the water will wash away at the surface or superficial layers of the rocks, the breath will eventually carve away the surface layers and pull us or spill us into the essence. Back out slow, extend your legs, reach your fingertips to the sky and prepare for Paschimottanasana. Folding your way forward with a straight-ish spine. When you find your length, let your head just humble towards your toes. Hold wide open space here to sense into the depth, the growing edges of your experience. Back out slow. Bring the soles of your feet back onto the earth. Bring your hands to the fronts of your shins. Inhale to unravel one more time. Exhale to round and squiggle through the spine. Then turn the palms to face the sky. Roll your way back onto the earth. Hug your knees into your chest. Coil in through your belly. Then set the knees off to the left-hand side, allowing the spine to recalibrate with a supine twist. Right shoulder head is grounded, even if the knees are lifted. And then pass easily through the midline. Come over to the other side. So this time, left shoulder blade is anchored and connected to the earth as the knees drop. Come back through the center line. Wrap your arms around your shin bones one final time. A gentle lubrication of your lower back, and then slide your legs all the way out into the death pose, Savasana. Leaning into everything that you feel here and noticing there's a way to listen. If the consciousness can be separated from our external experience, it can be such a powerful tool. If we can unhook the awareness from the outer world, then our sensitivity, our receptivity is heightened. And then the depth of our connection to the internal experience infinitely grows. Deepen your breath now, drinking a breath in through your nose, flooding your belly, opening your mouth, parting your lips, and letting it pour out. Bring some movement back into your hands, your feet. You can slide your arms above your head and stretch a breath all the way through the core lines of your bones. Drape back down into the earth. And then roll yourself onto your right side body, pulling your knees up nice and close to your chest. Letting yourself stay cradled inside the womb of the moment. And find your way back up into a comfortable seated position. Feeling into the afterglow of this whole experience that was for you, by you, about you, all with the intention just to have an experience inside yourself that helps you to learn and to discover and to grow. Bring your palms to connect in front of your third eye. Let them slide down in front of your heart space before offering all of that back into the earth. Namaste.